What if the past never left? What if shadows shift beyond your sight? Join us as we explore 9 haunted locations in the UK, where restless spirits wait and secrets never fade. Stay close. The story begins. 1. Kandu House. Along the windswept cliffs of Northern Ireland's county, Antrim, hidden behind a curtain of sea mist and tangled ivy, stands a once magnificent mansion, a place that time forgot. This is Kandu House Regal Remote, and for those who dare to step close enough, unshakably haunted. But make no mistake, this is not a Hollywood horror set. Kandu is real. Its story is built not just from stone and timber, but from secrets, sorrow, and silence. Once the pride of Victorian architecture, Kandu House was built in the 1870s for Sir Thomas and Lady Dixon Pillars of Belfast high society. With its sweeping views of the sea, ornate turrets, and grand staircases, the mansion was once alive with lavish garden parties, orchestras echoing through marble halls, and the clinking of champagne glasses. But beneath the surface of this aristocratic beauty lies a darker history, a slow unraveling. During World War II, the house transformed into a convalescent home for wounded soldiers. Later, it became a hospital and eventually a geriatric care facility. Over the years, it saw pain loss, grief, and perhaps something that never quite left. Among local paranormal investigators and thrill-seeking urban explorers, Kandu House is something of a legend. The most famous spirit said to reside here is that of a nurse often seen in the upper corridors, still dressed in her post-war uniform. Witnesses claim she walks methodically between rooms, tending to patients long gone. In one chilling encounter, a group of explorers reported hearing the unmistakable sound of hospital gurneys being wheeled across the top floor, only to find the building completely empty. Others describe sudden drops in temperature, whispers from empty rooms, and the eerie sound of children laughing in what used to be the nursery ward. Yes, there was a children's ward, and though no children have lived here for decades, their laughter still echoes through the night. But Kandu is not just a ghost story. It is a mirror reflecting the layers of human history. It is a place where elegance met illness, where healing met heartache. Even in its ruined state, the house feels alive. The ivy creeps slowly over broken balconies. The sea air flows through shattered windows. Kandu exists between two worlds, no longer a home, not yet a ruin, somewhere in between life and legend. Its ghost stories are not just about fear, but memory, a reminder of the lives once lived and perhaps never truly gone. Locals say that if you stand at its gates at dusk, you will feel it the weight of time, the eyes of the house watching you, quietly waiting. And this is just the beginning. Our next haunted location might surprise you. It is not a mansion or a church, not even a ruin. It is a restaurant, modern, welcoming, and haunted. Stick around. The next stop might just change the way you look at your dinner plate. 2. The Gallery Restaurant, Banthittia. Tucked away in a quiet corner of a bustling English town sits an elegant Thai restaurant with glowing lanterns, the soft clink of cutlery, and the aroma of lemongrass and chili drifting through the air. To the average visitor, it feels calm and welcoming. But behind the carefully set tables and warm hospitality, this restaurant holds a story very few diners know. Long before it became the Gallery Restaurant, this building had another life, a life that some say never fully left. This structure dates back to the 1800s. Its past includes a family residence, a Victorian-era gallery, and for a time, a private home that saw grief, illness, and perhaps tragedy. When the restaurant was renovated in the early 2000s, the new owners did not just uncover old brickwork and creaking floorboards. They uncovered something else, something they could not explain. Staff began to report strange experiences, especially after hours. Glasses falling from shelves without warning, lights flickering violently even after rewiring. The unmistakable sound of footsteps pacing through the hallway when no one else was in the building. Then came the figure. Several employees reported seeing a woman in early 20th century dress standing at the top of the staircase, pale, unmoving, silent. When approached, she would disappear, as if swallowed by the shadows. One chef working late one night claimed to see her reflection in the kitchen window. But when he turned, she was gone. He left his shift early and never came back. At first, the owners were skeptical until they began experiencing it themselves. One night after closing, they were reviewing bookings at the front counter when the stereo in the dining area suddenly turned on. Traditional Thai music, which they never played, began softly echoing through the speakers. The stereo had no power. It was not even plugged in. But here is the most unnerving part. There are no speakers in the dining room. Despite the strange occurrences, the owners chose not to remove or banish the presence. Instead, they leaned into it, not in a gimmicky or touristy way, but in quiet respect. They now refer to the spirit affectionately as the lady, and they believe she is protective rather than malicious. One staff member described it best: "It is like she watches over the place. She makes sure it stays peaceful." And indeed, peaceful it remains. Most diners never sense a thing. They enjoy their meals, the company, and the atmosphere. But those who stay late, or who catch a glimpse of movement from the corner of their eye, may sense her presence too. What makes this haunting so fascinating is not the fear, it is the harmony, a modern business coexisting with a lingering past. No exorcisms, no drama, just quiet acceptance. It reminds us that not all hauntings are hostile. Sometimes they are just echoes of someone who never stopped caring for the place they called home. And in a world so focused on forgetting the past, maybe that presence is something we need. So next time you dine somewhere historic and feel a sudden chill, do not panic, just smile. Someone might be keeping you company. Up next, we leave the city behind and head into the countryside to a manor house where legends of knights' betrayal and restless spirits have endured for centuries. Do not go anywhere. 3. The Manor House of Whittington. In the quiet village of Kinver, Staffordshire, stands the Manor House of Whittington. This old building, with its black wooden beams and creeping ivy, has watched centuries pass by. It is said to have been built around 1310 by the grandfather of Richard Whittington, the famous Lord Mayor of London. The house is more than just old walls. Many say it is home to several spirits. One is believed to be Lady Jane Grey, known as the 9-Day Queen, who is seen wandering sadly through the halls. Another spirit called Mary is said to appear to handsome male visitors, often surprising them with her presence near the bar. Then there is William Howe, a man arrested for murder, who some have seen standing quietly in dark corners before vanishing. A cloaked monk is also said to glide silently through the building in the early morning hours. One of the strangest stories involves a black coach and horses with the crest of the Lord Mayor of London. Witnesses have seen it quietly traveling from the inn down to Old Kidderminster Road without any sound or driver's face. Staff working there have felt strange and sometimes frightening things. One man said he was pinned down by an unseen force one night, unable to move. His dog sensed something too and reacted fiercely. Other strange events include beer taps turning on by themselves, a pen suddenly catching fire, and cleaners feeling unseen, hands touch their shoulders. In the 1970s, the landlords grew so tired of nightly footsteps echoing down empty corridors that they left the inn for good. Despite all this, the manor house is still open to visitors today. Some come for the history, some for the chance to meet the spirits who have never left. And if you visit on a calm summer evening, you might catch a glimpse of Richard Whittington himself, watching over his old home. Next, we will visit a beautiful lakeside estate, where the music carries over the water and the past still whispers. Stay tuned. 4. Oatley Park. In the peaceful countryside of Shropshire lies Oatley Park, a grand estate known for its beautiful lake called the Mere. The calm water reflects the sky and trees, inviting visitors to relax and enjoy nature. But as summer fades into autumn, something strange is said to appear along the shoreline. Locals tell of a mysterious woman dressed in a long white robe, her hood pulled low over her face, walking quietly beside the water. No one knows exactly who she is, but many agree that her presence brings an eerie feeling, as if she is carrying a heavy burden. The story goes back many years to a woman named Mrs. Ellis. She owned land near the lake and was known for charging villagers to use a well on her property. The villagers resented this, as clean water was essential to their daily lives. In response, the local vicar prayed for the well to be free for everyone. Soon after, the water level of the Mere began to rise mysteriously. One day, Mrs. Ellis disappeared, and it is said that she was drowned by the rising waters she had no control over. Since then, people claim to hear her screams coming from the depths of the lake, especially during the late summer months. Some say the white-robed woman is Mrs. Ellis herself, forever walking the shore, mourning her fate, and warning others of the consequences of greed. Visitors to Oatley Park sometimes report feeling sudden chills or hearing strange noises when near the lake at dusk. Yet the place remains peaceful and beautiful by day, as if hiding its darker past beneath the still surface. Oatley Park reminds us that even the loveliest places can hold stories of sorrow and mystery, and sometimes those stories continue to walk alongside us, unseen but never forgotten. Next, we will visit an ancient church in Derbyshire, where echoes of the past rise with every step inside its walls. Stay with us. 5. St. Wilfreds Church. Nestled in the small village of Barrow-upon-Trent in Derbyshire, St. Wilfreds Church stands quietly surrounded by green fields and ancient trees. The church itself is centuries old, its stone walls holding countless stories from generations past. But among the parishioners and visitors, there is one tale that always captures the imagination: the story of a phantom painter. On warm summer evenings, when the sun begins to set and casts a golden glow across the countryside, some claim to see the faint figure of a man near the church grounds. He is said to carry a sketchbook or watercolors, quietly working as if inspired by the beauty around him. This mysterious figure is believed to be George Turner, a 19th century artist known for his delicate watercolor landscapes. George Turner was born and raised in Derbyshire, and he spent much of his life capturing the peaceful countryside on canvas. His works are still admired today for their gentle colors and tranquil scenes. But it is said that Turner's connection to the land was so deep, his spirit chose to remain near the places he loved even after his passing. Witnesses describe seeing his figure, dressed in old-fashioned clothes, sometimes pausing to look at the horizon, other times bending over to sketch the churchyard or the nearby fields. Some say that when the light fades, they can glimpse a faint glow surrounding him, as if he is still painting with the last rays of daylight. Though no one has ever felt threatened by this ghostly artist, the sightings add a magical layer to the church's history. The spirit of creativity, tied to the land and its beauty, lingers here in a peaceful, inspiring way. Visitors to St. Wilfrid's often speak of a calm atmosphere, as if the church is protected by something gentle and watchful. Perhaps it is the presence of George Turner himself, forever painting the scenes he loved, reminding us that art and memory can live on in unexpected ways. As evening falls over Barrow-upon-Trent, the church and its phantom painter remain a quiet reminder of the deep connection between people, place, and the stories that never truly fade. Next, we will journey north to Clackmannanshire, where an ancient tower holds secrets and spirits that have stood the test of time. Don't go away. 6. Alo Tower. Standing proudly in Alo Park, Clackmannanshire. Alo Tower is one of Scotland's oldest stone keeps. Though the attached castle was destroyed by fire in 1800, the tower itself has stood the test of time, carrying with it stories both grand and ghostly. Each year in August, locals say you can still smell the thick smoke from the fire that consumed the castle over 2 centuries ago. The scent appears mysteriously in the air, as if the flames are being remembered or perhaps relived by the very walls of the tower. But the fire is not the only thing that haunts this place. Many visitors have reported seeing strange apparitions inside. One of the most commonly seen ghosts appears on the staircase and first floor, a shadowy figure that sometimes reaches out, giving people the chilling feeling of being touched by an unseen hand. Deep within the dungeon, eerie scenes unfold as well. Witnesses speak of a man in chains, desperate and troubled, being comforted by a young serving girl. Their ghostly presence seems to replay moments of sorrow and mercy lost in time. Upstairs in the Great Hall, the atmosphere turns even more mysterious. A woman dressed entirely in black and a young girl are often spotted watching over a cradle, as if guarding a secret child from a past long gone. Nearby, a maid is said to pace nervously in front of a large painting of the tower, her footsteps echoing through the empty hall. Visitors have also reported hearing the soft sobbing of a crying boy, his presence filling the corridors with a haunting sadness. There is even mention of an armed man with strange, unsettling eyes who seems to appear without warning, causing unease to those who cross his path. Perhaps the most disturbing tale comes from the solar room, where a man is said to have been found hanging from a beam. Some claim to have seen his ghostly figure hanging still, a tragic reminder of dark events that unfolded centuries ago. Despite these unsettling stories, Alo Tower remains a place of fascination and history. Its thick stone walls not only protect tales of medieval life, but also whisper the secrets of those who never quite left. Visitors often come seeking to feel the echoes of the past, and many leave with the undeniable sense that the tower is alive with spirits, watching, waiting, and sharing their stories in whispers on the wind. As we leave Aloha behind, our journey takes us to the remote Scottish Highlands, to a longhouse steeped in mystery and ancient tradition. Stay with us to uncover more of the UK's haunted history. 7. Moyanic Longhouse. Hidden deep in the rugged landscape of the Scottish Highlands, Moyanic Longhouse stands as a rare and precious example of traditional Highland architecture. Built in the 1700s, this longhouse was designed to shelter both people and animals under one roof, a practical solution for harsh weather, but also a place where stories both warm and eerie have been passed down through generations. Visitors to Moyanic often speak of a strange feeling upon entering, an unexplainable chill that lingers even on the sunniest days. Some say the house is alive with the memories of those who once lived and worked here, their spirits woven into the very stone and timber. One of the most famous tales involves a woman who is said to haunt the upper rooms. She appears as a faint figure, often glimpsed near the old hearth, where the fire was once the heart of the home. Locals believe she might have been a caretaker or family member, tied forever to the longhouse by love and loss. Other reports describe hearing footsteps echoing along the wooden floors late at night when no one is there. Doors have been known to creak open by themselves, and soft whispers can be heard carried on the wind through the empty rooms. But Moyanic is not just a place of ghost stories. It is also a symbol of resilience. The Longhouse survived centuries of change, standing firm through storms and solitude. Its walls have witnessed generations of families forging a life in one of the most beautiful yet challenging parts of Scotland. Today, the Longhouse is cared for by heritage organizations who strive to keep its history alive. Visitors come not only to explore its architecture, but to connect with the stories that make this place unique, stories of everyday life hardship and the quiet presence of those who came before. As you step inside Moyanic, you might feel more than just the chill of Highland air. You might sense the past reaching out, inviting you to listen closely and remember. Next, we will travel to Essex, where an ancient abbey holds tales of devotion and darker secrets. Don't miss what comes next. 8. Bele Abbey. In the quiet town of Malden, Essex, stands Bele Abbey, a historic building steeped in centuries of religious devotion and dark tales. The abbey's stone walls have witnessed prayers, celebrations, and secrets that refuse to be forgotten. Every year, on August 11th, visitors and locals alike report hearing the sound of crying echoing softly from one wing of the house. The mournful sobs seem to drift through the empty corridors, chilling those who hear them with their sorrow and mystery. But the most unsettling events happen on August 22nd, the anniversary of the execution of Sir John Gate. Once a powerful occupant of the abbey, Sir John was sentenced to death for treason after supporting Lady Jane Grey, the ill-fated 9-day queen. On this grim date, many have seen the headless spectre of Sir John wandering the James Room. His ghostly figure roams the space where he once lived, his presence marked by eerie screams that pierce the silence and send shivers down the spine. The James Room holds more than just his spirit. Some who have spent the night there speak of strange and frightening experiences. One visitor woke suddenly to find her bed shaking violently, as if gripped by unseen hands. The next morning, she complained of a sharp pain in her arm, strangely resembling the bite of a tropical insect. Other guests have noticed the vague impression of a human figure on the bed, an outline that appears without explanation and vanishes just as mysteriously. Adding to the abbey's spectral residence are ghostly monks who have been seen walking silently through the halls. Dressed in traditional robes, they seem to linger caught between worlds, continuing their eternal vigil. Bele Abbey is a place where history and the supernatural meet. Its walls hold memories of loyalty betrayal and restless spirits that have refused to move on. Visitors come to witness its beauty and to listen to the whispers of the past that still echo in its halls. As the shadows lengthen here, our journey takes us north to a lively music venue in Flintshire, where the past plays a haunting tune of its own. Stay tuned for what's next. 9. The Tivoli Music Venue. In the lively town of Buckley, Flintshire, the Tivoli Music Venue has long been a cherished place where music, community, and history come together. For decades, it has welcomed performers and audiences alike, creating unforgettable memories with every note played and every song sung. But beyond the music and laughter, the Tivoli holds a secret presence, an unseen spirit that adds a mysterious yet inspiring layer to this beloved venue. Many who work or perform at the Tivoli have shared stories of strange but not frightening experiences. Flickering lights, unexplained cold breezes, and footsteps echoing through empty halls create an atmosphere charged with energy. But rather than fear, This spirit seems to bring something unique, a spark of inspiration that some say enhances the performances and lifts the spirits of everyone present. Legend has it that the ghost is a former musician, someone who poured their heart and soul into their music here, and whose love for the art was so powerful it left a lasting mark on the place. This presence, some believe, still encourages artists to express their creativity fully and fearlessly. Many performers have felt sudden bursts of confidence or moments of unexpected brilliance during their shows, as if being quietly supported by an invisible bandmate. This story reminds us that not all spirits are to be feared. Some linger because of passion and love of music, art, and community. The Tivoli becomes more than just a building. It is a living tribute to the power of creative expression and human connection. It teaches us that places carry the energy of those who have shaped them, and that sometimes this energy can inspire us in ways we don't always understand. Visitors leave the Tivoli with more than just memories of great music. They carry with them a sense of hope and a reminder that our passions can transcend time. Whether or not you believe in ghosts, the story of the Tivoli spirit encourages us to embrace our own creativity and to find joy in the moments that bring us together. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the UK's most fascinating haunted locations. If you enjoyed these stories, please like this video and subscribe to Creepy Experience for more tales that thrill and inspire. We'd love to hear your own mysterious encounters or thoughts, so please share them in the comments below. Stay curious, stay safe, and until next time, remember, sometimes the most unexpected places hold the greatest magic.